So I've been in the workforce for about 20 years now, following a master's degree in business administration. I started out in a telecom company, Sprint, as a business analyst. And then just my career has been very organic growth. I've done various different roles I've taken on in different organizations, starting with being a business analyst and then moving on to more financial management, and went up to leadership position in financial management, worked more than a decade, 11 years at Stanford University in various different roles, from financial management, where I was a user of different financial systems and information systems. I moved into a technology world where I ventured into product management, working with engineering to build those products predominantly for financial users. That was my almost 6 years journey. And then where am I now is the last 2 years, I lead product portfolios for education technology company, Frontline Education. So I have a team of group product managers that report into me. So that's where I am today. I'm in a senior leadership role for, I would call it a mid-sized technology company that serves the K-12 education community. I just think that what's very important is, whether it's an organization or a team, that I'm expanding my impact. Whether it's growing people, coaching people, mentoring people, or learning ways to get better at achieving business outcomes.
There are a few things that stand out very well. One is your interest in learning, and you also tied to knowing yourself. And I think that's a big advantage. The second thing is, I really like how you said you want to expand impact, and you immediately followed that with growing people. How did you come about figuring it out?
As I kind of navigated different roles, it was really a question of, what do I really ultimately seek and how can I expand what I can offer? It was a journey of seeking what else can I contribute, right? And naturally, I was leaning towards growing people. The terminologies have shifted between management and being leadership, right? There's a difference between managing people to being a leader. And I've done some experiments, right? Like just kind of experiments in, when I'm leading a team, am I being really true to myself too? Am I, exhibiting those values? Or am I also behaving like a manager would behave, right? These are things that have given me some reassurance that when I really follow my heart and really keep the best interest of my team in mind, I actually bring out their better self.
Finding yourself, growing people, experimenting, and also being true to yourself. That comes because it already exists in you, and that is the what. Do you mind diving into what was your particular how? Naturally,
when I moved into different roles, I kept going back and forth between, do I really want to be an individual contributor and grow? Do I want to be a people leader and expand my career journey that way? There was a time in my life where I was also personally thinking more along the lines of, if I see myself in 15 years from now, who do I want to be? What do I want to be known for, or what gives me that continuous spark to keep going? About, I think, 8 years ago, Suraj, I got introduced to meditation. Getting introduced to meditation was a big factor. I would consider myself as just going inward a lot. And then the practices that I was actually, doing just helped me get more focus and clarity on the how, like, how do I land where I want to be?
Right. Can I ask you the same question? Where do you see yourself 15 years from today?
So in 15 years from now, I see myself giving back a lot more to the different communities. I do see myself 15 years down the line, first of all, being physically, emotionally, mentally fit to be able to widen that impact, bring to community.
What are some things that you advise people to do to not limit to only what you did?
The power of habits. It's very important to build in those habits on a daily basis. You need to build in certain daily habits to be effective over a long period of time. And I may not be able to make very big drastic changes, but I need to make small little changes and build those habits in. The 5 things that I've learned through some of this leadership cohorts is that the mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and social. These are like 5 aspects of your daily life. You got to be mindful. The second thing that comes to my mind is be open to embracing what may come. You never know where life can take you if you just, open up a little bit. I think that is just wonderful to embrace something that you have no clue what it's about.
It's scary, isn't it?
Oh, obviously, it's scary, very scary. But I think that's where growth comes, right? Like oftentimes I tell my teams, if you're not uncomfortable, then you're not growing. I think growth comes with a lot of discomfort and fear and
Growth comes with discomfort. So you seem to be the kind of person who knows to take risks. You seem to have that calmness. How do you develop that, and how do you get your teams to develop that?
there's a lot that I have, again, set intention to bring that calmness because it's very important in different situations. There are a lot of times you deal with difficult conversation. I think as a leader, it's really important to be very self-aware.
What are other books, just curious, what are other books that you love to read out there that you would recommend?
One of them through work was Radical Candor. Radical Candor is about giving that honest feedback. I think a lot of the times, whether it's leaders or others, you're hesitant to give some of that honest feedback to people because sometimes you don't want to break someone's spirit, right? I talked about it earlier.
Right.
And sometimes you don't know how to give it in a way that the other person is receptive and can take it in an objective way. So Radical Candor is a book that actually goes through a lot of this. Thank you for responding. I did see your email. I didn't get a chance to reply. Mm-hmm.
So if you're not opposed, we'll keep you posted and we'll try to have some uninterruptive but methodical approach to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be totally excited.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Awesome.